December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now, hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now, hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now, hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me But my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. But my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. But my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. But my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. Got enough I can remember. Got enough I can remember.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast on this Wednesday. Man, y'all smash that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you know, consider subscribing. I made content about sneakers. All right, man, so let's just dive right in today's live, man. I know I started a little bit later than normal, but you know what? We still somewhat on time, man. Pretty much, y'all sign up for that Sold Out Discord as y'all come in and out. Y'all let me know if audio and visuals okay and if everything's looking good, because it's looking good on my end. A nice topic, man, because I really want to dive in, because this one really kind of caught me off guard, because, you know, we've been kind of keeping up with that Foot Locker and DSG, a.k.a. Dick Sporting Goods, pretty much like sell, right? Okay, now looks like they're making changes already, as looks like the sale has finally went through. Remember, they tried to block the joint, now it's back on, and now looks like the Foot Locker hires the former Nike exec, you know, and pretty much replaces Mary Dillon as she's out of Dick's Sporting Goods, you know, out of that $2.4 billion deal. Now, I'm not going to say replace. This whole live is alleged and opinionated base and loosely based on what I find on research, right? Okay, so pretty much this one right here, I kind of didn't see it coming, but I kind of did, right? Because usually when a new company takes over, right, they usually try to make some changes and they want to make the company better, right? And that's their whole goal. And usually with the word better means changes, i.e. we can even use the administration for an example, right? And I don't want to talk politics tonight, even if that comes in, but usually when you get a new person in a position, what are the first thing they try to do? They're trying to improve things, and I put that in quotation. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they make stuff worse. Sometimes it's just easier said than done, right? Okay. Now, if you guys can go down the rabbit hole with me a little bit as we've been doing these sold out podcasts, one thing that we know Foot Locker has been known for has been going through that rabbit hole of trying to revamp the stores and pretty much bring back their core audience, which I'm not sure that they even really lost it to begin with. But this is my thing, right? If you think about it, they're trying to compete on a level of, if I had to guess, with JD Sports, right? Because JD Sports got the hip stores. They got a little something for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Ironically, the Finish Line store, the last one I went into when I did that mall vlog over the weekend, as you can see, I think they're getting ready to try to pivot into side Macy's, right? Because we've been keeping up with that as well, right? So again, DSG, seeing what they're going to bring to the table. Can they bring Foot Locker back? Will they make it sort of kind of like where you can tell DSG has took over? Because we've also seen when people acquire other stores, sometimes they just go all DSG all the way. I still enjoy going into Foot Locker. And one thing I will say this about this, they did revamp the stores. Some of them stay in the same places. Some of the stores closes. And in some of the stores in my area, they just seems like they tried to change it, you know? But at the same time, I don't want to point the finger all at Foot Locker, the reason they had, or I ain't gonna say, or probably what motivated them to do the deal to sell it to DSG to begin with. Because the sneaker market in general, dog, if we're gonna just be speaking in general, is not the best at all. You know, it's not the best at all, if I'm gonna keep it real right now. And it hasn't been that way, honestly, since like probably 2022, you know? Let me touch the chat real quick, see what we got in the building, and then, yeah, we'll talk some more sneaker talk, and we're going to talk upcoming sneaker releases toward the end of the live. Definitely going to be an interesting month for September. I feel like we've already had some heat, and I know we got those Fire Red 5s that's supposed to drop at the end of the week as well. So we'll see how it goes. But let me touch the chat real quick. Divine Photos and the builder says, what's good, Polo? What up, Divine? What up? Says Polo, you going to go for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Air Max 95s on Friday? I like them. I do. However, I don't know if I really, you know, want them per se, right? I'll put it like this. I don't know. I ain't gonna say on the fence, but I mean, to be honest, they nice, but At the same time, the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, and I'm gonna drop the drip or skip on them tomorrow for my final answer. But to be honest, dog, I mean, I didn't really know that much about them. You know what I'm saying? You know, I just leave it like that. Not a bad shoe, it's definitely fire. On the bond says, could we really trust DSG Foot Locker after hiring Ann Herbert? Right, and we're gonna go down a rabbit hole like that because for the people who don't know, right? If I'm not mistaken, allegedly her son is the one got caught up in that scandal where he was pretty much basically one of the biggest resellers. You know what I'm saying? He had all the inside jobs of pretty much where to go get the shoes for at least retail or below, and they were real. I'm not gonna say he was selling fakes because he wasn't. And then pretty much he would, hold them and he could let the stuff go up. And I think the icing on the cake, he was using his mother's company credit card. So I get what you're saying, Devon. The answer is simple, right? Can we really trust a person that basically gave her son an inside job, allegedly, right? And let me clarify this, right? This happens all the time. And I'm not going to say, in places that I work, I'm not even going to say where, but places where I work, I can see, I've seen it time and time again where, when you start a new job, per se, and then you get there and you slowly learn who and what people are and who they are, and then you be like, yo, hey, this person low-key got the job because of the hookup. You know what I'm saying? Because of who they know or who they're connected to. Same scenario here. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. He got the inside job. But I think the icing on the cake, but I think the only reason Nike them even really cared for real is because if you think about it, it's like, okay, you're using our money to buy our product back to sell it to other people. I get it. If I was Nike, I would be mad too, right? And I just really probably put this together, right? Check this out. Just imagine, right? You hire somebody in a top spot, right? Check. Then they turn around and give their adult child, right, the company credit card, and they give them, and this is allegedly, I don't know how it really went down because she stepped down, so I don't think they necessarily did anything. I feel like with, and I'm talking Ann Herbert here, allegedly, I feel like this, and this is from the outside looking in, I don't know if this is true. It's kind of one of those, like, they were like, hey, either step down or we will step you out. You know what I'm saying? So she went out looking like the quote unquote, not necessarily the bad guy, because the sneaker community is like, yo, we talk about it, but we don't really like address it, right? So this is my thing. Like, we address it, but we kind of like, okay, cool, there's nothing we can do. Let's get back to buying sneakers. But again, think about this. This is why I feel like Nike may have been mad. Imagine, right? You got somebody in the top slot. They give somebody in their family the company credit card and inside information of where to go buy their product, and then turn around and sell it and make profit. Think about it. It's really all profit for homie, because my thing is probably with the Nike company credit card, if I had to guess, and I've had a company credit card before too, and one of the biggest rules about a company credit card is, hey, you only use it for a certain amount of situations. You don't use it and abuse it. Even if you're gonna pay the money back, it's still against the rules, right? In fact, I was talking to one of my neighbors here probably like a few months ago. They got in trouble for using their company credit card, right? They used the joint, and this is the thing with the neighbor told me. Again, I don't know if it's true, I don't know, but this is what the neighbor told me. Look, they were like, look, why I got in trouble or written up the other day at work, because I went on a travel, which is paid by their job. And yes, you can use the company credit card for travel, but it's not for personal use. This person bought a alcoholic beverage on the company credit card, and they found out, and why they wondering why they got written up and got the company credit card taken away from them. I didn't say all that to him. I just kind of like, yo, did you not ask for that? Or you know what I mean? Same scenario here, right? Somebody using the Nike company credit card to buy their product, right? And then sell it back and make profit. So think about it. If the company credit card is not paid by you, use their money. This is the thing with a company credit card. Most companies lay all this out in black and white as much as they can strategically with this, right? Meaning, when in or if you abuse the card, yes, there's going to be consequences. Doesn't mean you're necessarily always going to get fired. And I know I've met plenty of people who's been in this scenario, and you know what they be like? They be like, I was going to pay the money back out of my own money. They don't care, right? They don't care. Let's just keep it real. They don't care because you shouldn't have did it in the first place. And the term like accidentally don't apply when it comes to the company, the head honcho. They don't. It's a zero tolerance rule for that, right? I'm gonna keep it real. But let me touch the chat real quick, see what we got in the building, and then we're gonna get the party started, man. My bad. I had to go out a little rant because, to be honest, man, this has pretty much caught everybody off guard. If you ask me, right? It definitely caught me off guard. I saw when Manny posted it in Discord a few days ago. Shameless plug, Discord right there. But let me touch chat real quick. Let's see. Devon says the back door is wide open, and so is her Foot Locker credit card to her son. Exactly. Think about this. We already on the same page. I'm just now hitting the chat. So y'all know where I'm coming from with this, right? As Devon said, supposedly if you hit for retail, you get that Yu-Gi-Oh card, Nike edition. That's gonna do numbers on resale. Yeah, because I was looking on, StockX, doing my video, getting ready to edit and join. Like, there is like a one with the card and one without the card. And apparently there is an exclusive like overseas, that black pair, that black and gray pair. I think that's like a Japan exclusive. Don't quote me, but again, I'm hearing that's a Japan exclusive, so you know that one finna do numbers. And to be honest, that one is pretty fire. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, for the die hard, there are some people that's probably, like, we die hard sneakerheads, right? But there's some people that probably will pay that extra for that joint. You know? Where we at real quick? Slayer says, West Gucci Sneaker Squad 100. What up, Slayer? What up, Divine? What up? What up? What up? What up? Divine says, I just hope Ann don't repeat the same mistake because in business, you have to do better and no regrets. This is my thing, dog. I'm a firm believer in this. I get and I agree with you. But this is my thing in business. My thing is, if the door is open, let me put it this way. Many people say, I don't do this, I don't do that, I never do this. If the opportunity presents itself, right, where it's like, okay, cool, there's no way they can catch up with this, and even if it is, it's going to take them years, right? I'm not saying she's going to do that, but I mean, you got to also think there's plenty of people say, I'll never do this and a third, until you never know what you're going to do until the opportunity presents itself, you know? Again, some people can be like, true to themselves and not do it. Some people they crack every time. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, if you got a history of it, maybe it was a one-time thing, but ain't no telling how long that was going down before we actually knew. Look at the thumbnail on my live, bruh. This is my thing. Homie had off-white 5s, bruh. You know what I'm saying? You mean to tell me that they just started doing that? You know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling how long she been letting him do that, allegedly, before it finally caught up to them. You know what I'm saying? Probably been tracking them for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Until finally they're like, hey, man, I'm tired of it. Hey, that probably was the straw that broke the camel's back. Homie, think about this, right? And I wasn't even going to mention this, but I'm going to mention it, right? Her son, right? Homie did, he was on another, like, more popular sneaker YouTuber, like, channel. And basically, he had his face covered up or whatever, but I mean, like, it wasn't fully covered up, I think. Homie had a whole warehouse full of, like, legit sneakers, right? You know what I'm saying? One thing one of the questions people always ask when you go on the resale market, like, where you get them from? You know what I'm saying? Most people don't want to reveal their sources. You think about this, right? Can't help but make me think of old buddy who got caught up too, Zeta Kicks. I'm not saying this ties together, but his scenario is different, but at the same time, this one right here is kind of basically like a Zeta Kicks, but an inside job, Basically, his is an inside job, but it wasn't directly with Nike, so to speak. He just had inside sources around his area, to the best of my knowledge, to the point where, his orders outgrew him, Again, I'm not going to talk Zeta Kicks tonight, but that's just an example. Where we at real quick? Devon says, people need to learn to separate their business life from their personal life. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? I agree. You need to understand, like, hey, honestly, he shouldn't even knew about that. Like, this is my thing. I don't know how much Nike was paying her, right? And I'm sure when me and Dunks covered the story years ago, we looked up what it takes in that position. I'm pretty sure they make it in the millies. Easily. You know what I'm saying? You don't need your son, no disrespect. Your child's just good. You know what I'm saying? And I know $1 million may not go as far as it used to, but this is my thing. You making that type of money, you ain't finna, the average person ain't finna have their child out on the street. They didn't even, this is the thing. Nike also probably looking at like, you didn't even have to do that. You know what I'm saying? We compensate you very well, you know? Where we at real quick, Devon says, company card is for business only. Plus, they can look at your spending history. Exactly. They see all your stuff. They're going to act, you know what I'm saying? That stuff's going to stand out. They're not blind. They have to pay the bill. They're going to look, okay, cool. Is this legit or not? You know what I'm saying? Homie bought a whole, like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, look, ain't no telling how much he racked up on that joint. Just imagine what the limit, if you in that top position, right? The former Nike executive, right? Just imagine, let's just throw out some magic numbers here. What do you think the company credit card for Nike and that position limit is? You know what I'm saying? Easily, if I had to guess, probably easy, and I'm not even gonna say it's $1 million credit card. You know what I'm saying? But easily nothing less than like at least 30 to 50K. You know what I'm saying? And if homie's turning stuff and turning product, he moving great. And it's not like homie's was paying resale for the shoe. He getting to that retail. So you know what I'm saying? Like, to be honest, he getting the best bang for the buck, you know? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just throw that out there, you know? Slayer says companies don't play with those company credit cards. Always ask. Again, you're right. And I guarantee you, this is the thing. Well, they probably set her ass down, right? If I had to guess, like, hey, you can ask, but we already put this out. I guarantee they're going to come with a document. Highlighted here. This is where you messed up at. Boom, 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 boom. And, you know, again, when it comes to the company credit cards, playing dumb, I can guarantee you that don't work. Nike can probably, think about this. We can use Michael Jordan's son, right? Marcus Jordan, right? He got the joint. What's his store down there? He got his joint, right? This is my thing. Think about it. They let him get away with a lot of stuff that we seen that happen behind the doors too. But one thing he ain't have is a Nike company credit card and whatever you want to call his store. He may have a credit card there, but I mean, he got an inside job because it's his store. So it's like he getting it for retail. So you don't got to use it for that. Yeah, they don't play with that. And he probably don't need a credit card, or he probably do. And I would imagine his daddy, Michael Jordan, keeps it at bay, you know, and probably talked to him several times. But again, he ain't using the company credit card for that, dog. You know what I'm saying? The trophy room store, think about it. Yeah, that's a whole different ball game. And even that's the only person that probably can get a get out of jail free card, you know? And that's barely, but I'm assuming he don't even have one like that. You know what I mean? Again, different ball game, especially whenever you're the owner of that store. You know what I mean? So the trophy room. So of course, who trouble you gonna get into? Mostly with Nike, where they're gonna probably like, you know, they're gonna let Michael Jordan, I assume, handle it first. You know? Let me in the chat real quick. It says that shows Nike was big cap. Funny how she almost got away with it. Her and the Tom Sachs. Tom Sachs. Wow, hey, I read that one. Who Nike gave a second chance, and they know what he did. You know, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I seen that floating around too in the Discord. I'm not touching on that one at all, dog. Pause. I'm not even gonna cover that topic unless something like super dude breaks out about the situation. But to be honest, dog, we've covered that one. That was suspect. Nike stayed quiet and kind of just let that one go up under the rug and waited for it to die down type of situation, because companies will do that. Devon says, had Nike Swiss account and could call Nike at a drop of a dime and could have gotten him the shoes easily without doing all that backdooring stuff. This the thing. I feel like this homie wasn't doing it. Like, let's just keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. Do you think her son was a sneakerhead? And even if he was, right? to the point there's a borderline where, and I'm not saying this is you or me, but some sneakerheads, quote unquote, and this we can go down a rabbit hole of a person we can think of that, reseller stores that do this, where that person started out going to buy some J's and then end up saying like, okay, cool, if I can get this person an extra 20, $30 for their pair, and then I flip it for $100 more. People see the business side of things. Homie probably saw like, you know what? This is easy money because, I got the inside connect and I'm just going to make money. And I'm not even going to be I'm not going to be using my money. I'm not going to be using my mother's money. I'm going to be using literally the company's money to buy their own product and flip it back. In Nike's eyes, if I had to guess, they were like, yo, y'all basically was getting the shit for free. Think about it. That's probably what, allegedly, that's what Nike probably look at like, yo, you let your child get the stuff for free because the company credit card, she's not paying. You know what I mean? Allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Again, yeah. No. You know what I'm saying? Devon says, plus Ann was a VP. She had a Nike Swish account and could call Nike at the drop of a dime and could have gotten him the shoes. Look, this is my thing. And I read that part already. I realized that. This is my thing. Right? I'm at the amount of shoes that he wanted or he was trying to get, I'm pretty sure that would have instantly threw off a red flag. And it's my thing where they're like, yo, we can hook up, X amount of family members, but we, you know what I'm saying? Cool. If like she was calling like, hey, I need 5 pairs, maybe even 6, 7, 8. But look at the thumbnail. That's at least, homie had at least like 30, 40 pairs. And this is my thing, right? If he way more now, I'm just being nice. But it's my thing. He probably wanted an assortment of sizes, not just one particular size. So you think about this. She called up the company, she called up the Swish account, and she wants, hey, let me get 10 pairs in a size 10. Let me get 8 pairs in a size 9. I need 20 pairs in a size 5, 7. You get what I'm saying? At that point, I'm like, hey, this ain't the night. He said immediate family. You know what I'm saying? They probably like, all right, cool. At this point, once you're sitting on 40, 50 pairs or 1,000 pairs of shoes where, you know what I mean? Like you're trying to, you know what I'm saying, homie? And I ain't gonna say he had that many, but I mean, obviously enough where it was gonna be a great profit if he sells it all. Yeah, of course that's gonna send off red flags if I had to guess. You know what I'm saying? Slayer says Lil Homie was robbing for days. Exactly, bruh. That's all I'm saying, allegedly. But let me share my screen here. Let's get the party started. I'll go down like the backtrack of the joint. Then we'll go over the Mary Dillon, and then we'll see what we're going for DSG right here. So pretty much, let me share my screen. Boom. You guys should be sharing my screen right here or seeing this one. So I'm going to start right here. Actually, I'm going to start with adjourn. The Herbert son, like Joe Herbert's mom. Pretty much that's the guy's name. His mom is pretty much Ann. Pretty much, I want to say that, yeah, like Ann, because like yeah, this is the behind the scenes. Pretty much hires pretty much this person right here. So Ann Freeman, but I'm guessing Joe Herbert is like his daddy name or whatever. Don't quote me on that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just throwing it out there because I was gonna say that. But yeah, Devon says this just shows greed plays a big part of downfall. Exactly. You know how a person get a little too greedy, and that's usually been their downfall. You know what I'm saying? But look at this image right here. This is her, and look how many pairs. Look, this is the thing, right? Let's just say these are obviously off-white 5s. How many pairs do you think is in this picture, right? What? Let's just be nice. Let's say it's like 30, 40 pairs. And keep in mind there's shoes falling off of the image, so it's more than that. But I want y'all to pay attention to the background here, right? That's a whole warehouse of home. This ain't new. You don't do this overnight. You know what I'm saying? And I'll just leave right there. I'm gonna cover the first part. It says the ex-VP of North America, who was previously embroidered in a resale scandal, Ann Herbert, now known for Ann Freeman. Okay, she don't got married or something? Because think about it, it's Ann Herbert, but not her Ann Freeman. Interesting. Either she got married or divorced, or did she legally change her last name because she thought that we wouldn't notice? I don't know. Has been hired as the president of Foot Locker North America. Yes, Joe Herbert's mom. And they put that in M-U-M. Let's see. Freeman worked at Nike for 25 years. Count them up, people. 25. So, again, even if her son, like I'm very curious, like, what if her son, let's just say he's like 18 at the time, right? And she's been doing this in 25 years, and he's 18. Homie's been doing, and let's say he started doing it when he was like, I don't know, 20. Homie been doing it for 5 years. Probably been longer than that, but I'm just saying, I'm just giving a little thought to the situation, right? Says Freeman worked for Nike for 25 years before stepping down in 2021 following a downfall from Grace, which came via the discovery her son was using her credit card and name to purchase sneakers for his resale business, West Coast Streetwear. At the time, it was a wild story. An internal investigation was completed by Nike, and Freeman was found to have done no wrongdoing. However, and looks like we got a new subscriber in the building to the best of my knowledge. Let me see what we just got described in the joint. We got Mimi Azor just described. Appreciate that as always. Y'all smash that like button as y'all come in and out. Really means a lot to the kid. Let me get back to the story because I want to make sure I get all of this in here tonight. Pause. It says, an internal investigation was completed by Nike and Freeman was found to have done no wrongdoing. However, both parties decided to part ways. Freeman went on to work at Allbirds, just prior to which she changed her surname from Herbert. This is my thing, right? That's one of those, since neither party found no wrongdoing, right? And I'm going to put that in quotations, right? No wrongdoings, but she decided to step away and they let her. Because if they were found no wrongdoings, then why wouldn't she stay? Why would she leave? You know what I'm saying? You've seen it time and time again with big companies and we've seen this time and time again through Nike and other companies as well, where the person that's been there for X amount of years just stepped down. I've seen it at jobs where I worked at too, where it's like some people were forced to retire over certain things that they did wrong. And that person, I had one person even tell me, like, when we were doing their like promotion ceremony type of thing, or not promotion, but we were doing their like celebration, like they had a little going away for them. You know, some jobs would do that. Homie was like, I guess he had a few cold ones or whatever, and he was like, yo, I didn't, I was like, man, we were like, hey man, congratulations on the retirement, man. I know you ready to kick your feet up and this, that, and the third. And he goes, yeah, especially when you really had no choice but to do it. I had to do it or else I was going to be, homie pretty much was telling us, right? Without telling us, like, I was either going to do it or get fired. And at that point, we slowly learned, like, hey, it's more to the story. I'm not saying this is what her situation could have been, but, I mean, it's kind of one of those, like, hey, we get it, but at the same time, we can't have you playing with the company money, but at the same time, we're not going to screw you over and make it difficult for you to find work because we get it. You still need to make moolah. You know what I'm saying? Not saying she wasn't sitting on probably millions, but at the same time, and I'm not saying this is her, but just in general, right? The more you make, the more you tend to spend, or the more they take, right? Definitely, okay, cool. You ever get a raise at your job? Then when the taxes kick in, you're like, damn, it's only X amount of dollars. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that to take into consideration. Let me test the chat real quick. It says, Mimi says, Metallic dropped last night at 12:04 a.m. on DSG. Is Ann bringing back the hype? She worked strategies and marketing in COVID when sneaker game was hype. She did, but remember also the issue was during that time sneakers were very hard to cop. This is the thing. I'm not saying she wasn't doing that because we did get some dope drops in 2020 and 21, but how hard were they to cop? Extremely difficult. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of that, yeah, we can say botting and this, that, and the third, but did she put her best foot forward and try to make it where we could easily make these shoes? And I know that like the botting stuff was considered quote unquote new, but it's my thing. Look at the person that came after her. Pause. They made the shoe available. They made it where, okay, cool, we're saying, and this is where Nike gets in a rock and a hard place. They're damn if you do, damn if you don't, because they're like, yo, we make enough pairs for everybody. Nobody likes a shoe. We make not enough. People get mad and not want to buy, right? And if you think about this, right? Cool. She did bring the hype, but she wasn't doing anything to make sure we could easily obtain it. And then also, think about this. Even with the guy that we got in there now, Elliot Hill, right? Some shoes have been limited, but at the same time, they have done restocks, re-releases, updates, and stuff like that. So you get second chances. To the best of my knowledge, when she was there, it didn't feel like we was getting that many chances. That's just me. Again, not many second chances. You know what I'm saying? No matter if you woke up and then the shoe sell out in 30 seconds and you're like, dog, I literally cut the phone on right at the time, everybody's stuff load differently. It says the announcement of the role at Foot Locker comes today after Dick's Sporting Goods has finalized the acquisition of the company. Says, and this is a quote I feel like from her, right? Or from somebody, right? Let me see who the quote is. It says, I am thrilled to join and lead Foot Locker North America as such a transformative moment, said Freeman in a press release. Together, we have an extraordinary opportunity to build on Foot Locker's rich heritage and deliver what am I looking for? Because they use this word all the time. Like they always say, like they're looking like for emotive experiences to a variety of footwear consumers. From athletes to sneaker enthusiasts and everyone in between, I look forward to working with the talented Foot Locker team as we accelerate growth, enrich our business partnerships, and inspire the next generation of consumers. Pretty much it says, read what happened right here back in 20. We kind of just covered that. Let's go to Mary Dillon. Right? Okay, cool. This is a perfect transition to go to this. And then I think I'll do a couple little bullet points towards the end to wrap this home. And then we will talk upcoming sneaker releases here in the last 15 minutes, man. Again, as y'all coming in out, definitely smash the like button, sub up if you haven't done so, right? Mary Dillon out at Dick's Sporting Goods, pretty much closed the $2.4 billion Foot Locker deal, right? Nike veteran Ann Freeman has been tapped as the president of Foot Locker of North America. So apparently, again, usually when these new companies come in, yes, they're going to cut and trim some fat. Some people, like the workers at the bottom, they're going to feel it too, but they're usually don't cut there. They usually start at the top. They'll cut from the bottom. Where you want to be in this type of company, you want to be in the middle because they're like, okay, cool, homie got enough knowledge. Let's keep him around, this and third. Sometimes they cut the workers. And again, she's had plenty of time, right? She closed a lot of Foot Locker stores, revamped a lot of Foot Locker stores, spent a lot of money. But at the same time, dog, I'm not going to blame it all on her. There's been competition with JD Sports the way they've been moving. They've been making great moves. So, and Foot Locker is that age-old, go-to spot. But look at the stuff we lost in between all this, right, when she got in there, right? Think about this. Really, it's just what? Foot Locker, and we see what? Foot action at that. No, let me rephrase that. It's a Foot Locker you see in a Champs. I don't think I've seen any more foot actions. You know what I'm saying? That was all on the same umbrella. I don't even think I've seen a lady Foot Locker really that like that. You know what I'm saying? We got the kids Foot Locker and we got pretty much Foot Locker and then we got Champs. But then also think about this. Remember East Bay? That fell up under that umbrella. That was the online portion, right? eBay should have easily, in my opinion, morphed it into a super duper fire great app for copping sneakers. You know what I'm saying? Because it had a great little catalog joint. They could have took that joint all the way digital, right? Bot protection it to death, where it's okay, cool. This is one of those this is a great little spot. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I would have did. You know what I'm saying? eBay, I used to get a lot of shoes. I got a couple. In fact, my what am I looking for? My Air Jordan 12 joints, the blue joints, the white and blue joints. I got them off of there when they was a hard cop. You know what I'm saying? So again, I say all that to say yeah, easily. They could have took that to another level. But let me get through this article real quick, and then we'll talk upcoming sneaker releases. It says, Dick's Sporting Goods and Foot Locker are officially one company, right? Let that sink in. They're officially one company now. So as you can see, they're not hesitating to make changes, right? And of course, we already knew that was coming in. I'm gonna say it says on Monday, Dick's announced it had completed the $2.4 billion acquisition of Foot Locker. As a combined company, Dick's will now operate more than 3,200 stores plus e-commerce and digital business across 20 countries in North America, Europe, Asia, and Australia, plus a licensed store presence in Europe and the Middle East and Asia, right? It says the transaction is expected to deliver between 100 million to 100 million to 125 million in the cost surges in the midterm terms, primarily through procurement and direct sourcing efficiencies. And Dix anticipates the transition to be exertive to earnings per share in the fiscal year of 2026. So they're like, all right, cool. We spent some bread, but in 2026 we plan to make it all back. And that's usually how it is. From what I've heard from other people who make crazy amount of money, one thing they say you gotta spend money to make money. Meaning, I guess that's the long way of saying like, hey, you gotta invest, right? It says, but the company did add on Monday that it will continue to operate Foot Locker's portfolio of brands, including Foot Locker, Kids Foot Locker, Champs, WSS, and Atmos under a new leadership team. So obviously, as you can see, they're getting ready to change up the leadership team. Also, Atmos, right? That used to be another hidden gem online too. I thought, I know it didn't fully close, but I feel like some of Atmos stores, actually, they closed some of them, right? I wonder will they bring someone back and make it more readily available. I think it's still available online, but not many people really knew about Atmos, for real. It says, as such, Dick's executive chairman Ed Stack will lead the global Foot Locker businesses in partnership with two new presidents, one for North America and one for international. For North America, Dix has named the former longtime Nike executive Ann Freeman as the president of North America. Freeman spent 26 years at the swoosh, and with her most recent role served being vice president and general manager of North America. Says the executive pick is a bit controversial between Freeman's past at Nike, and again in 2021, Freeman, previously known as Ann Herbert, resigned from her role at Nike a few days after Bloomberg Business Week released a cover story featuring Herbert's then 19-year-old son, Joe. So that was, I was saying, what did I tell y'all? I told y'all. I didn't even, I guess maybe because I've covered the content so much now, some of these numbers are just kind of tell. I told you. She's been doing for 25, 26 years, allegedly. I said, just imagine her son had to be what? I said, she probably didn't start off right. He probably had all the sneakers when he was a teenager, 18, and then he see the money that you can do behind this. By 19, homie was already running a sneaker resale business called West Coast Streetwear. Again, it's kind of one of those. And just imagine think about this. If he's getting a shoe for retail, right? And you got somebody I ain't gonna say no names, but another major resale company on the West Coast, and they say, okay, cool, we got this guy. We're not getting them at retail like we're getting it from so-and-so, but if you're getting them at a nice, if you, put it this way, homie getting the hookup, and then he selling them to you, say, okay, cool. He not losing money regardless. And I'm pretty sure he can charge an extra just, 40, 50 to 100 spot. Imagine even if he sell them at bulk, say this, right? Say those Off-White 5s are going for 500, and the reseller, and he got them for retail for 200 something, right? If he sell them at 350 a pop, keep in mind it's all profit already to begin with, but now it's kind of one of those cool. He's making $150 extra. He's making the money to pay the credit card back if he needs to, which he probably don't even have to, or probably certain rules with it. And pretty much he's making $150 profit, per shoe. And at the time in 2021, resale was through the roof. 2020 and 2021, it was, especially 2020, it was very hard to cop a sneaker. And 2021, every business wanted to be a professional reseller, right? Now you can look and see, where are some of them now, It says Joe, who ran the sneaker, read that part. Joe's experience building the company was detailed in the piece, which examined how young entrepreneurs are capitalizing on the resale boom. The story discovered that Joe was reselling shoes that were being purchased in some cases, according to Bloomberg Business Week, with Ann's American Express corporate card, right? Some of the shoes being resold would purchase at Nike's employee store in Beaverton, Oregon, and the other Nike stores using the family discount, according to the shoe. There you have it, people. Right? That confirms my pretty much speculation, which I'm pretty sure when I first broke the story or when I told the story, homie, I already said that. I'm pretty sure man Dunks was covering this. Homie probably, listen, I'm not saying he didn't always pay retail, but homie was getting a discount and using the company credit card. So at that point, I told you it's already basically for free. So I mean, like, he's making, think about this. If the shoe $215, I would assume let's just say the company discount 20%. You know what I'm saying? Now he getting the shoe below in the hundreds. You know what I'm saying? Then he sell it right back. Even if he sell it to you for retail, which he's probably going to throw a little extra on top of that because it's work and he got to get it and got the warehouse and a business or what have you. But if you think about this, homie's probably going to sell it to you easily over $150 now. And it's clearly all profit all the way. You know, again, I don't know what he was selling for or what the deal was, but I mean, obviously, homie, you're getting them for a discount, you know? It says, but since the controversy, Freeman has gone on to serve on Allbirds board of directors since 2022. Again, she didn't even really lose, like, even if she took a pay cut working there, she still was able to still hold on, you know? It says, in a statement on Monday, Freeman said that she is thrilled to join the lead Foot Locker in North America and the transformative moment. I kind of read this part. I think we already read that quote, so we'll keep going real quick because that was in the last article, so I'm going to keep it moving right here. It says, Freeman will be supported by Foot Locker management team of experienced senior leaders, right? This includes Tony Alvarez, who will serve as the senior vice president and general manager of Foot Locker and Kids Foot Locker North America. Denise Krokos will serve as a senior vice president and general manager of Champ Sports. George Jenkins is now the senior vice president of the store operations and customer experience at Foot Locker North America. Peter Scroto is now senior vice president and chief financial officer of Foot Locker North America. Steve Miller is now senior vice president and chief operating officer of Foot Locker North America. Brett O'Brien is senior vice president and chief marketing officer of Foot Locker North America. And Michael, I guess you can say Knez, is the senior vice president and chief people of officer of Foot Locker North America. It says, as the international business, Dick said that is yet to officially name a president of the division. So they're going to make some changes on the international side of things too, from what it seems like. With these moves, Mary Dillon, chief executive officer of Foot Locker, and Frank Bracklin, president of Foot Locker, have exited the company. So I guess they were either forced to retire or they had to step down, or I guess the nice way without saying it, like, quote unquote, fired, allegedly. You know, so I mean, I get it. These guys had their chance, you know, to try to bring Foot Locker back. They couldn't get it to where they wanted to be. And again, I feel bad for them, but at the same time, I don't, because at the same time, I'm assuming these guys were making millions as well. And let me clarify this. I guarantee you they're going to be okay. And with their resume, what they get through tweaking and what they've been doing, they'll be able to go somewhere else and do the same thing that kind of Ann Herbert did, right? Okay, if I had to guess, which I know her name has changed, but I'm just saying, like, again, they'll be able to do the same thing, and then probably, who knows, they'll probably bounce. Who knows? Who say they ass won't end up working for Nike in the future, right? Allegedly. Says, we are very enthusiastic about the future of Foot Locker, Stack said in a statement. The world-class team we have assembled is committed to returning Foot Locker to its rightful place in our industry, right? We are committed to investing in and growing Foot Locker through its strong culture led by the Stripers and creating a more powerful experience for the consumer. Lauren Hobolt, president and chief executive officer of Dick's, added that she is excited to welcome Foot Locker team into the company. I mean, I bet you is, because they're saying like, okay, cool, this is room for growth. Means what? More moolah, right? Manny with the Kick says, run it up skis. Appreciate that, Manny with the Kicks. Says, bring together the strengths of both companies will help us return Foot Locker to growth while continuing to fuel Dick's momentum. Holbrook said, as a combined company, Dick's and Foot Locker will create a global platform that will refine the sports retail industry and unlock a value for both companies, our brand partners, our teammates, our communities, and our shareholders. So, there you have it, man. I think that's going to break it down and just to get some key points, and then we're going to talk upcoming sneaker releases real quick. Let's just break it down. And Freeman aka Ann Herbert, which we formerly known as Ann Herbert is probably the term, says, has replaced Mary Dillon as Foot Locker CEO. This is just wrapping up the live before we go upcoming sneaker releases. I like these bullet points right here. It says, Ann previously worked at Nike for 25 years, rising to the role of VP of Nike North America. She resigned from Nike in 2021 after it came out that her son Joe was operating as a resale business and used her credit card to purchase the shoes, right? Okay. Company credit card, right? Let's put it out there, whole live, alleged and opinionated base. Again, Nike not playing those games. Now, I'm assuming with the new role of Foot Locker, she's going to get a company credit card. Question to you guys. Does history repeat itself? Will she make the same, will she be in the same boat? Will she, this is the thing, check about it this time. I bet you she learned from this situation. Did she learn not to do it again? Or did she learn like, all right, cool, I know exactly what to do when given the opportunity now? You know what I'm saying? Because she's still going to have access to a lot of exclusive sneakers. Think about this. While not all Foot Lockers have gotten the most exclusive drops, but if you think about it, Travis's, they still be dropping them, to the best of my knowledge, at the one in LA and the one, I think, in New York or in Chicago, stuff like that. If he gets an inside tip, pause, you can't help but think about it, right? But let's talk upcoming sneaker releases and wrap things up here for the night. And then pretty much, yeah, man, I'll see you guys again on Saturday. But let's just talk upcoming sneaker releases as we come at the top of the hour for like the last 5 minutes. Now, one thing I have seen floating around is the Action Bronson joints. This is the Tiger Eye joints. I got to see, when are these supposed to actually be released? You know what I'm saying? I think they're actually coming this week, if I'm not mistaken. I wouldn't mind having a pair for the gym. I think this is the ad they did on his Instagram. I'm gonna see if I can just play it real quick. Give me 2 seconds. If there is audio, let me see, because it may just be an image. Okay, cool. Fair use on the music, by the way. So this is the ad right here. I seen somebody post it in the Discord earlier. It's my first time watching it, Jordan. I've been at work all day, bro. No cap. Definitely see why they call it the Tiger Eye right now, if that was the point. Bruh, I'm going to say this. Let's just say I definitely see why they call it the Tiger Eye. You know what I'm saying? Not a bad shoe. I think it's a great colorway for fall. And like I said, I've been working out in the previous Action Brunsons I got. They're a great gym sneaker. So, I mean, on the fence. And I know there's a female version, or I think the one he always do for his wife. This is the Digital Tails, or Digitails. So this is a pink joint. Not bad. Where we at real quick, it says, Manny says, the music straight cheeks. That's just the background. They wanted to give you that wildlife feel, because that's what I got from it, like a wildfire, like you in the wild, out in the wild. That wildlife out, you know what I'm saying? But it's the female version. I mean, if you got a boo, if she like pink and she wants something for the gym, if I had a boo, I'd get this for the boo. I'll be honest, it's not a bad shoe. We also got a Travis Scott's. This is supposed to be kind of rumored to drop this month. The Travis Scott, and this is the fragment joints. I want to say reverse fragments. Clean, fire. I like how the laces are coming up there on the top of the shoe. Super dope black laces, but you got obviously room for improvement and or quality or just variety, right? Devon says, there's a rumor of the Jordan 1 high 85 breads releasing on November 1st. I hope it's true, because that 85 cut that we got at the top of the year wasn't the best drop. They very, very limited. I'm going to say this. If I get the 85 cut, I still keep my joints from 2015, 2016. I still keep my joint, but I'm probably going to rock them a lot more. You know what I'm saying? I don't even really be rocking my brands that I got now like that. You feel me? But I do want that 85 cut, though. I do want the 85 cut. Mary Kick says they wow for the background beat and the shoe pretty clean though. It is clean. These Travises clean. And then what else we got? I seen there's like a Levi and Nigo pretty much joined forces here for the Nike Air Force 3 collaboration. Man, I'm always just be an Air Force 1 junkie. Now, I will say these Air Force 3s are clean. This one right here in particular. He's been doing his thing and his stuff been selling out too. So I want to make sure I'm getting credit where credit is due. It is a dope shoe. I don't know if I can wear it. Now, you know, he used to be the guy that formerly did the Bapesta or Bape joint that we seen. But now he's over here doing his thing here. So, I mean, it's crazy. He went from doing that and then now he's working with Nike directly. Is it making a lot of noise though? Right? We talking about it, but I mean, like, are we checking it for it? You know? Again, no diss or anything like that. And I guess with it being a Levi joint, I'm assuming it's going to have some form of denim on the joint. Hard to tell from these images, but I'm assuming this part right here, inside here is denim. That's denim. But he didn't go like, cool, majority of the shoe got to be denim because it's like Levi. You know what I'm saying? So he's trying something different. And Devon says, still want those Soulfly 3s. Yeah, I remember you shared that last live. And then what else we got? We got the Gamma 11s coming. Because if you think about it, dog, after this month, if I'm not mistaken, because it's September, we got October, November, December. 3 months left to close out the year. You know what I'm saying? It's already kind of like on like Donkey Kong, right? You know what I'm saying? Because they hitting us with some heat. These Travis is going to be a problem. You know that. You know what I'm saying? And then we got the Gammas. And then this week we also got the Air Jordan 5 Black Tongues, pause, and which is everybody consider like the OGs. You know what I'm saying? The original ones. Let me put myself back on the main screen. I'm going to say this. While those may not instantly sell out, I feel like the OGs finna pull up for that one. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to pull up for it, but I feel like it's still going to, it may not do the numbers we used to seeing, but they're going to make some noise. A little bit. We gonna talk about, we going to look at least. Vaughn says, I won't cop those Fire Red 5s. I have rather cop the Chicago 1 lows. Those are going to be a problem as well. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of heat scheduled this week. Or not this week, but just in general to close out the year, man. So, biggest thing I say to people, man, just choose wisely. You know what I'm saying? And if you can get them all, get them all. But you know what I'm saying? I respect it. But let's go and wrap things up for the night. Been on the joint for like an hour and 2 minutes. Appreciate everybody for coming through. Man, with the kick says Zion and Chase B. Jumpman Jack, we'll see. I gotta look. I don't know. We'll gotta check that out. I'll check it out probably next live, or y'all post something in the Discord for sure. But I see you with the shades there, Manny. I appreciate that. But let's wrap this joint up for the night, man. I've had a very, very long day. I don't even know where I found the energy from myself. Work literally kicked my you-know-what from the minute I got into the door to the minute I literally had to leave. You know what I'm saying? Because if I didn't leave, I would probably still be there. But anyway, let's wrap this joint up. Been on this joint for like an hour and 3 minutes. Appreciate everybody for coming through and showing love. Y'all smash the like button. Sub up to the channel if you're new. And if you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones. And what I normally do is make content about sneakers. Occasional trying hauls. Y'all know we got Music Monday. I'll be back live again on Saturday with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast. Until then, sign up for that Sold Out Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the comment section, and it's free to sign up. Or, of course, we continue the sneaker talk. We got a food section, a sports section. You name it, man. I'll see you guys again on Saturday. And, yeah, man, definitely smash that like button and sub up. And I am officially out this thing, man. Peace.
Fine. Fuck my demons, I couldn't fight them all. I'm on a high. I couldn't play this song back.